Hello and welcome to NoFlexNina. My name's Nina and today's 20-minute Pilates session is ideal for people who are completely new to Pilates and also inflexible people like me. Let's begin today's session by rolling down on our backs and by placing our hands on our lower rib cage and breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let's place our arms towards the sky and let's take the right arm above our head towards the floor and return to center. Let's take our left arm to the floor and return to center. Right arm towards the floor, return to center. Left arm towards the floor, return to center. So right arm towards the floor, return to center, and last one, left arm towards the floor and return to center. Let's lift the right leg into tabletop where the knee is aligned with the hip and the leg is bent. Toes are pointed. Let's keep our arms in the air with a gentle bend in the elbow, and let's do some toe taps with the right leg. So touch the mat and return. So toes to the mat and return. Toes to the mat and return. Toes to the mat and return. Let's do 4 more. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place the right foot back on the mat and now bring the left leg into tabletop where the knee is aligned with the hip and the leg is bent. And tap the toes on the mat and return. So tap and return, tap and return, tap and return. Let's do 3 more. So 3, 2, and 1. Return the foot down to the mat. Let's take both arms behind our head towards the floor. There's no need to touch the floor. Go as far as is comfortable as you without lifting your rib cage or back off the mat. And then return the arms to center. So arms to the floor and return to center. Arms to the floor and return to center. Arms to the floor, return to center. Let's do 2 more. So arms to the floor, return to center, and last one, arms to the floor and return to center. Let's combine the arms and the legs. So bring the right leg to tabletop. So let's tap the toe, take the arms above the head and return to center. So tap the toe, return to center. So tap and center, tap and center. Let's do 4 more. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. Return the right leg and the foot to the mat. Lift the left leg to tabletop. Point the toes and tap the toe on the mat and return to center. So tap and return, tap and return, tap and return. Let's do 4 more. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. Return our arms down to the mat, place them by our sides. Let's shuffle our heels towards our bum. Legs are hip distance apart, knees are bent, shoulders are down and back. And let's push up into a shoulder bridge. So push up through your heels, squeeze your glutes, and push up into a shoulder bridge. Let's now return down to the mat, where the upper spine touches the mat, then the mid, then the lower, and the pelvis returns back to neutral. So again, let's push through our hips, squeeze our glutes, tilt our pelvis off the mat, lift the lower back of the mat, then the mid, and now the upper. And our weight is in our shoulders and not our neck. We don't want to put any strain on our neck. And now let's return to the mat. So tops of the back, then the mid back, then the lower back, and then pelvis returns to neutral. Let's do 1 more. So push through your heels, squeeze your glutes, push up into a shoulder bridge. Raise our arms in the air, palms facing each other, slight bend in the arms. And let's take the arms back to the floor and then down towards our hips. So above our head and down to our hips. So above our head and then down to our hips. Keep squeezing your glutes and pushing through your heels. Keep the bridge going, so towards your head and down to your hips. Towards your head and down to your hips. Let's do 2 more. So 2 and last one. Let's keep our arms down on the ground and let's lift our right heel off the mat and then back down. Left heel and down, right heel and down, left heel and down. So right heel and down, left heel and down, right heel and down, and left heel and down. Keep squeezing through your glutes. Place your arms in the air, palms facing each other, and let's lift both heels and down. So lift and down, lift and down, lift and down. Let's do 4 more. So 4, 3, 2 and 1. Return the hips to the mat, and now let's bring our hips down towards the mat without touching it, and then back up. So down and up, 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 and 2 more. Down and up and down and up. Place our arms back on the mat, squeeze through your glutes, see if you can push up a little bit further. Let's hold for 4, 3, 2 and 1, and then let's slowly return our back to the mat. Upper back first, followed by mid back and lower back, and back in the neutral spine position. Bring our legs in towards our chest and give them a good hug to stretch out our glutes. So just give a good stretch to the back of our legs. Place our legs back on the mat and let's turn over onto our side. Place our arm on the mat and let's rest our head on our arm. Bend our legs to give us some stability. Our shoulders are stacked on top of each other. Our hips are stacked on top of each other, and our legs are stacked on top of each other. Push your hip away off the mat and gently pull in your belly button to engage your core, to protect your back while doing the exercises. Let's now lift our top leg towards hip height and let's do some leg kicks. So flex your foot, bring your leg forward as far as comfortable for you, point your toe and take your leg back. So flex and forward, point and back. So flex and forward and point and back. When you take your leg back, only go as far as comfortable for you without going too far and arching through your back. And when you flex forward, only go as far as is comfortable for you again, without again curving your back or rocking through your hips. So flex forward and then point back. Let's do 4 more. So flex forward, point back, flex forward, point back, flex forward, point back, and last one, flex forward and point back. Keeping the foot and the leg off the ground. Let's flex and point. Let's flex and point. Really lengthen through your leg as if somebody's gently pulling on it. So let's flex and point. So flex and point, flex and point. 3 more. Flex and point, flex and point, and flex and point. Let's take the top leg in front of us, straighten out the lower leg. Let's lift the leg and let's flex and point, flex and point, flex and point, flex and point, and 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and last one. Return the lower leg to the mat and let's swap sides. So push yourself up, straighten your arm, rest your head on your arm, bend your legs for stability. Shoulders are stacked on each other, hips are stacked. Push your hip away, engage your core by gently pulling in your belly button. Let's lift our top leg and lengthen through the leg as if somebody's pulling your leg gently. Leg at hip height, hand in front for stability, or on your hips to check that you're not rocking or moving through your hips. And when we're ready, let's flex the foot, take the foot forward, point and back. So flex forward, point and back. So flex forward, point and back, flex forward and point and back. Let's do 4 more. So flex and back, flex and back, flex and back, and last one, flex and back. Keeping the leg in the raised position, let's flex and point the foot. So flex and point, 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 3 more, flex and point, 2 more, flex and point, and last one, flex and point. Take the top leg in front of you, straighten out the lower leg, lift the leg, and let's flex and point for 8. So flex and point, flex and point, flex and point, flex and point. Let's do 4 more. So 3, 2 and 1. Return the leg to the mat. Let's roll over onto our front. Take a towel if it's more comfortable for you to rest your forehead on. And let's do some Pilates swimming. So legs are hip distance apart. Push your thighs gently into the mat. Engage your core by gently pulling in your belly button to protect your back, and arms straight in front. Let's lift the right leg, point your toes and feel lengthening through your leg as if somebody's gently pulling on it, and return to the mat. Lift your left leg, point your toes, return to the mat. So lift your right leg and return to the mat. Lift your left leg and return to the mat. Lift your right leg, return to the mat. Lift your left leg, return to the mat. So lift your right leg, return to the mat, and lift your left leg, return to your mat. Now let's do the arms. So lift your right arm and return to the mat. Lift your left arm, return to the mat. Lift your right arm, return to the mat. Lift your left arm, return to the mat. Lift your right arm, return to the mat. Lift your left arm, return to the mat. Lift your right arm, return to the mat, and lift your left arm, return to the mat. Now let's combine the arms with the legs. So lift your right arm and your left leg and return to the mat. Lift your left arm and right leg and return to the mat. Lift your right arm and left leg and return to the mat. Lift your left arm and right leg and return to the mat. Right arm and left leg, return to the mat. Last one, left arm and right leg and return to the mat. Now we'll do those moves slightly quicker and we will lift our head off the mat. So lift both legs off the mat together, and then lift your head off the mat and your arms, and when we are ready, let's move alternating arms and legs for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lift both arms and legs off the ground and hold for 3, 2, 1, and return to the mat. And let's just, in this position now, breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And breathe in and breathe out. Let's push up and return to our seated position as we started the class. And that's the end of today's 20-minute Pilates session for people who are new to Pilates. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you soon.